And a good evening from Midlakes High School in Clifton Springs. This evening, the Finger Lakes East opener for both the Penn Yan Mustangs and the Midlakes Screaming Eagles. Glad to have you along, everyone. Brendan Harrington along with Tane Robinson. And a matchup in the Finger Lakes East tonight, Tane, of two teams that were in the middle of the pack last year in the Finger Lakes East and in the past have been down towards the bottom of the league standings. And really both of these teams are contenders this year. And I think just a measuring stick for both teams to see if maybe they can compete this year in the upper half of the Finger Lakes East.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams off to decent starts this year, have winning records coming into this game. Midlakes hasn't lost yet. But you said it, Brendan. Perennially, these have been teams that have been, middle to the bottom of the Finger Lakes East, and both teams sort of poised for maybe an opportunity if they can put some wins together to sneak into sort of that upper echelon of the Finger Lakes East and compete with some of the bigger, perennial contenders like your Newark, Minders, Palmac.
Midlakes undefeated, as you mentioned. They're 3-0. Did have to go to overtime at Bloomfield to get one of their wins. Penn Yan, meanwhile, has won 3 straight. They did lose their season opener to Weedsport by 10, but they've won 3 straight coming in. So both of these teams carrying 3-game winning streaks. And really, when you look at this matchup, it's the B&B show. Desmond Batten against Bryce Burry, two kids that know each other and two kids that like to jaw a little bit out on the court.
Yep, two feisty players like to mix it up on the court. Desmond Batten, the leading scorer for his team, for the Penn Yan Mustangs, and then Bryce Burry, the alliterative Bryce Burry, junior point guard for Midlakes, can really fill up the stat sheet too, and bring a lot of energy. Vocal leaders on their team. Going to be entertaining to watch those two mix it up tonight.
Midlakes with the advantage in depth. This Penn Yan team doesn't go very deep. They only have 9 players on the active roster. Only 7 of them really see a bunch of time in the rotation, so a little bit of an advantage there for Midlakes. Bryce Burry, as you mentioned, leading scorer for his team at over 19 points per game, had a career-high 31 in that overtime win against Bloomfield. He's been in double digits in every game, and it's been the same story on the other side for Desmond Batten. He's averaging nearly 18 points per game, including 20 in his season opener. So really the key for both teams are going to be getting the ball in the hands of those point guards and having them get off to a quick start.
And, of course, on the other side of the ball, defensively, the game plans are going to center around that, preventing, the other team's scorer from getting out to a quick start.
Yeah, this is a Penn Yan team that is holding down their opponents defensively, and talking with their head coach before the game, Marty Gibson. He says the key for them is going to be 55, holding this Midlakes team to 55 points or lower. If Penn Yan feels like they can get to 55 points, they're going to be able to win the game, because defensively they've been holding teams to just over 43 points per game. So they're looking for kind of a slow it down grinder on the defensive end and keep it a low-scoring game, and then we'll see what can happen. Yeah, we got some people struggling here with the concept of a camera being in front of the scorer's table. But, they're not used to this kind of media coverage here in Radiator Spring. I mean, Clifton Springs.
But, yeah,
Didn't take long, did it?
No, but certainly a defensive-minded Penn Yan squad. And like they said, the key is going to be, can they put up enough points to compete with Midlakes? And really on the other side of the ball, Midlakes, we're looking at warm-ups, has a little bit of a height advantage, and so I think we're going to expect to see this Midlakes team look to pound it inside and take advantage of their height. The athletic Darren Carswell, the Lions transfer from a couple of years ago, one of the more athletic players in the league, could really get off the ground. Kids behind us were encouraging him to dunk during warm-ups. He got up and put it down a couple of times, gently, to make sure the officials didn't notice, but he'll be an entertaining player to watch tonight.
And on the other side, Dylan Stape is the inside scoring threat for Penn Yan. He's been in double digits in 3 of the 4 games, including a 16-point game against Wellsville, as we get ready for action here tonight at Midlakes High School. This game is going to be restreamed live with full video tonight on FingerLakes1.com. We're doing the audio broadcast only right now. We'll tell you more about that a little bit later. Right now we'll step aside and we'll be back with the tip-off after this on Finger Lakes 1.
Tonight's live broadcast of Section 5 High School basketball is brought to you by Generations Bank. Federal loans not enough to cover the cost of your college education? Learn more about the private student loans available through Generations Bank at mygenbank.com. Dr. Rod Littlejohn Orthodontics, celebrating over 30 years of smiles with style and proud to support our area high school athletes. Therascar by 5 Star Medical. Like a cosmetic surgeon in a bottle, Therascar is the most effective scar therapy product on the market. Finger Lakes Partners Insurance. With offices in Geneva, Victor, and Waterloo. Trust someone who lives in your community. It's a Wonderful Run 5K in Seneca Falls. It's a winter run like no other. Learn more at itsawonderfulrun5k.com. Red's Place, serving great lunches daily in downtown Seneca Falls and $1 tacos every Monday night. Ferrara Lumber and Building Supplies. Plan your next kitchen or bathroom remodeling project at ferraralumber.com. Penny's Place Family Restaurant. Large portions and home-cooked meals in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. Jimmer's Auto and Stever's Garage. Late model cars, trucks, and minivans on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. Finger Lakes Construction, building structures for a wide range of applications with state-of-the-art design and flawless execution since 1969. The Omen Theater. Next time you head out to see a movie, make it at the Omen in downtown Lyons. And FingerLakes1.com digital marketing. Building, maintaining, and hosting great websites for local businesses since 1999.
Back at Midlakes High School, Brendan Harrington along with Tane Robinson as we get ready for a matchup in the Finger Lakes East. The Finger Lakes East opener for both of these teams. 3-0 Midlakes taking on 3-1 Penn Yan. Let's go ahead and get you the starting lineups. First of all, for the Penn Yan Mustangs, 3-1, including 2-0 away from home. Starting lineup for head coach Marty Gibson, who's now in his third season, his second full season. Starting point guard is Desmond Batten, the 5'11 junior guard. The 2 guard is Derek Ravello, 5'8 junior. At small forwards, Ben Emerson, a 6'2", 195-pound senior. Dylan Stape starts at forward, a 6'1 junior. And also up front, Cade Kerbeau, 6'3", 160-pound junior. So it's Batten, Ravello, Stape, Emerson, and Kerbeau for Midlakes and their head coach, Pete Zerkis. Their starting lineup, Darren Carswell and Bryce Burry in the backcourt, along with Sean Tillman. And then up front, you'll have John Salati and Trevor Milliman. Midlakes will be in their home white uniforms with powder blue numerals and trim, the cursive M on the shorts, along with the cursive Midlakes on the front of the jersey. Penn Yan, meanwhile, in their road orange with blue numerals and block lettering. Penn Yan across the front of the jersey in white trim. Midlakes will be moving from right to left here to start the first half. Jump ball about to start this off, as it will be Cade Kerbeau going up against Darren Carswell, and it's controlled by the Penn Yan Mustangs, who will be moving from left to right.
Midlakes opening up in a man-to-man defense.
So Penn Yan basketball in the deep left corner. Emerson had the ball swatted out of bounds by Burry. And so it will be Penn Yan ball in the front court with 24 to shoot. Inbound pass gets it to Desmond Batten. He'll back it up towards the timeline as Penn Yan goes 1-4 across the free throw line. 2 ball screens. Dumps it off on the wing right side, and slashing down the right side of the lane and laying it up and in for 2 is Dylan Stape. So a 2-0 lead already for Penn Yan.
A nice cut by Stape on the...
Nice backdoor cut on the other end, and a layup from Bryce Burry on a backdoor cut as the assist delivered by Darren Carswell. And now we have pressure the other way.
Looks like a 1-2-2 or 1-2-1-1. Midlakes setting up in
so
off of the score.
Just underway, 2-2, 7:15 left to play here in the first quarter. So full court pressure from Midlakes. Ball inbounded to Batten down the near right sideline, nearly stolen. Stape comes away with a loose ball. Back to Batten. acrobatic left-handed layup is no good. A loose ball rebound picked down by Tillman. Here comes Midlakes back the other way. Attacking the basket to our left. This is Salati all the way to the hoop. Lost the handle and goes out of bounds off of Midlakes, and it will be Penn Yan basketball. Your officials tonight, Mark Frankel and Joby Knapp. It's a nice crowd on hand on this Tuesday night here at Midlakes High School. 2-2 your score. It's a little over a minute into the game. Penn Yan basketball. Stape has it on the left wing. Going to drive the basket. Cut off. Kicks it out. Faking the three is Ravello. Now the runner from just inside the free throw line. No good. Somehow digs out the rebound. And laying it up and in for two is Emerson off a nice pass. So Ben Emerson with the bucket, and it's 4-2 Mustangs. Midlakes back the other way. Carswell has it wing left side. Working against Stape. Drives down the left edge of the lane. Tries the scoop shot underneath Stape and left it short. Rebound to the Mustangs. Stape back top of the key for Batten to the free throw line. Now Stape, high post right, picks up his dribble at the free throw line. Batten wing left side, works off the ball screen. Down underneath the hoop. Scoops it off baseline. Wide open 10-footer off the mark from Stape, and the rebound comes down to Midlakes. Long outlet pass the other way to Salati. Spins and looks like a travel. It is.
Yep. Yep, Salati is a little bit too much momentum trying to turn to the basket. Got to dribble.
You know, seeing both teams really extend the defense in the full court, pushing the pace of this a little bit. Penn Yan now working against the light pressure. Long diagonal pass as they beat the press. Batten has it at the free throw line. They work it all the way into the corner, and there's some contact. Stumbling was Ravello. Looked like he might have been fouled, but they're going to call a travel.
Midlakes have dropped back into a 2-3 zone on that possession.
So it'll be Midlakes basketball. Burry will run the point for the Screaming Eagles. And Midlakes in white. Wing right side, Salati between the rings for Milliman. 20 on the shot clock. Ball screen, Salati all the way to the basket with the left hand. Lost it, but the loose ball picked up by Milliman, who lays it up and in for two.
Strong follow by the big 6'5" Milliman.
4-4 early on, 5:15 left to go the first quarter. Again, full court pressure. Penn Yan able to get it across. Batten had it stripped away. Ball loose. Scooped out by Stape. He goes up strong, left it short. And a rebound cleared away by Midlakes. Here's Carswell, 1-on-3 into the front court, leaves it off in the corner for Burry. A reverse wing right side for Tillman. Man-to-man defense from Penn Yan. Tillman caught in a bad spot, nearly throw it away. Salati, wing left side. Carswell for three, no good off the back rim. And Penn Yan tracks down the rebound in the deep left corner. Here comes Batten into the front court. Wide open three-pointer, Ravello, air ball. And taken away by Burry. Midlakes looking to push it now. Burry into the front court. Draws two. Wide open on the baseline. Salati with the air ball. And a couple wide open looks. Finding no rim, no backboard, just the court. You know, an ugly sequence there. It will be Midlakes attacking the basket underneath to our left. They inbound. Carswell between the rings. He's going to pull up from 17 feet, too strong off the back rim. And rebound came down to Stape. He had his outlet pass knocked down. It's loose in the backcourt. And now thrown away underneath his own basket by Batten. Layup was missed underneath by Milliman. And finally, Penn Yan comes away with a loose ball and will have a foul against Midlakes.
Boy, scrappy defense by Bryce Burry there, but he had a chance for a wide open layup. Missed it, and then Milliman missed the follow and quickly going the other way.
A cardinal sin by Desmond Batten, saving the ball underneath his basket, and Milliman couldn't convert. So 4:06, we're nearly midway through the first quarter. 4-4 your score in a game when both teams playing very hard on the defensive end early on and extending that defense. Penn Yan will slow it down a little bit here so we can catch our breath. Midlake's going to go 2-3 zone. Batten swings it over to Emerson, wing right side. Reverses for Austin Lafferty, who's coming to the game. He's going to drive the seam. Nice dish down low, and the finger roll from Stape. Found the seam of the zone. 4 points for Stape, and the lead back to Penn Yan at 6-4. Carswell now drives down the right edge of the lane against Stape, and that was actually a pass, a lob pass back to Milliman, who catches and lays it up and in for two. Milliman with four. We're tied at 6. Again, full court pressure, good diagonal passing. Penn Yan gets it across. Batten drives, contact, offensive foul. Trevor Milliman camped up in the middle of the lane. It was a question of was he far enough away from the basket, Tommy. Official says yes.
It looked like he was there and set up early. A lot of times you don't see that call go the big guy's way. That time, big guy rewarded for getting his feet in good position. Nice defensive play by Milliman.
First foul called against Penn Yan. We've had just one team foul for each team early on. Inside, a layup missed by Milliman as he tried the drop step move. May have gotten away with a travel, and then we're going to see a loose ball foul called against Milliman after the rebound. That'll be the second foul against Midlakes and the first on Milliman. So 6-6 early on, 3:14 left to play in the first quarter. Penn Yan basketball attacking the hoop to our right. Glad you can join us for this audio-only broadcast. We'll replay the video later tonight around 10:15. Behind the back, Stape leaves it back out top for Batten. 17 on the shot clock. Goes inside for Corbeau. Now driving baseline is Emerson, and he lost it off his leg. Out of bounds. We'll send it over to Midlakes. And we're going to see Midlakes go to the bench now for the first time. Dan Van Nostren, wearing 22, will check into the game, along with Devin Hicks, 6'3", 215-pound sophomore.
Midlake's been doing a nice job defensively, switching a little bit between man and zone defense, making it challenging for the Mustangs to establish an offensive rhythm.
Penn Yan right now playing man-to-man. Burry dribbling quite some time, now finally gets rid of the basketball. They reverse it all the way around. Now entry pass Carswell, low post left on the baseline to Van Nostren. They kick it all the way back out. 10 seconds of the shot clock. Burry all the way to the basket. Runner no good off the back rim, and the rebound comes down to Penn Yan. Here comes Batten across the timeline. Wing left side, back for Emerson. Reverses on the right side to Austin Lafferty. Driving baseline, too far underneath the basket. He'll take it all the way around and leave it back for Batten. Still plenty of time of the shot clock. 6-6 your score with 2:05 left to play in the first quarter. Batten between the legs, dribble goes wing right side for Emerson. Top of the key for Corbeau. Now the shot clock is down to 8. Emerson open for 3 on the handoff. Bottom. Big three-pointer there from Ben Emerson, the 6'2", 195-pound senior, his first points.
A lot of arc from Emerson on that ball.
Driving the other way as Burry draws the foul from Corbeau. Almost got the layup to go, and he will head to the free throw line on what will be our first trip to the free throw for either team tonight, to the free throw line.
Burry covers the floor quickly, fast up and down the floor with the ball in his hands or without it.
And first free throw from Burry on the way. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Burry with 3 points now as a field goal, and now hits from the charity stripe to make it 9-7. A three-pointer from Penn Yan on the other end from Emerson made it a 3-point lead, which was our biggest lead early on. Second free throw is no good, and the rebound pulled down by Dylan Stape. Stape's been doing a nice job inside in the early going for Penn Yan. Midlakes going man-to-man this time. Penn Yan basketball. Jack Peterson is checked in for the first time wearing number 15. Here's Batten down the left edge of the lane, cut off by the help defense. Lafferty tried to pass it to Emerson. Ball was taken away by Burry, goes out of bounds on the far sideline, and will stay with Penn Yan. Shot clock did not reset. 14 to shoot.
Lafferty was able to knock that ball off of Burry's leg after he lost the handle there.
1:18 left to play in the first quarter. 9-7 lead for the Mustangs. Desmond Batten across the timeline. Lafferty going to drive, cut off on the baseline, double team, and throws it away. Burry comes away with a steal. Has Batten to beat, tries to go behind the back, pull up 15-footer, hit the back rim, and plop through the basket. Wasn't pretty, but it counts for 2 points. Little behind the back pull up there from Burry. Has 5. The game is tied at 9.
And Burry might have gotten away with a little bit of a push-off there as he got some separation with his forearm.
Emerson drives baseline. Now open three-pointer from the left wing from Batten, rimmed out. And a run out here for Carswell. He beats Batten back, misses the layup, hung up on the front rim, but he drew the foul, and this could be the second on Batten. And if it is, big-time problems for Penn Yan.
Boy, strong transition basketball from the athletic Carswell as he snatches the rebound and covers the length of the floor coast to coast. almost gets the basket and the and one.
Yeah, he picked up that ball at the top of his own key and was able to just outrun the defense with the dribble. Was able to get past Batten. Missed the first free throw, did Carswell, so a couple missed opportunities at the free throw line here for Midlakes. It's still 9-9. And Baswell still out on the floor right now with those 2 fouls. Second free throw, rims out, so Midlakes is just 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Shot clock is off, 30 seconds left to play here the first quarter. 9-9 your score. Batten going to just hold the ball, just dribbling near the center circle, waiting to attack. 18 on the shot clock. Montani, a lot of times you see here, you try and hold for the last shot, but sometimes teams go too early or they wait too late. We'll see how they time it.
All right, I think ideally.
Here's Batten, drives, free throw line, pull up, almost banked it in. Rebound comes down to Carswell, and going to have to hurry to get this off from the three-point line, off the back rim, no good. The runner from Devin Hicks, guy not known for his deep shooting, almost got that one to go, and the first quarter has come to an end. 9-9 your score. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on Finger Lakes 1.
This is Eli, and these are his 2 older brothers, Sam and Justin. They just had a great idea. Accidents can happen to us all. Applying TheraScar immediately can help erase those memories one scar at a time.
Good luck to all of our student athletes this high school sports season.
We hold on to the things that really matter. Welcome to Generations Bank.
As we start the second quarter, Bryce Burry missing a 3 from the left wing, but Midlakes gets their own rebound. This is the first possession of the second quarter in a 9-9 game. Brendan Harrington along with Tane Robinson. Jim Sinacropi is your director, and here's a steal from State. Tries to take it down to the other end and had it knocked away and stolen right back by Van Nostrand. Now on the other end, the pass ahead, an air ball from about 6 feet away by Milliman. And we're going to have a foul after the rebound came down.
Might have been one pass too many there for Bryce Burry as he had a wide open layup. But on the other end, Penn Yan with a nice defensive possession switched to a 1-3-1 defensively, and Dillon State picking off the ball and going the other way.
Guess we're just going to have an out-of-bounds call here. No foul. It'll be Penn Yan basketball. Tied at 9. Some light full-court pressure. Penn Yan basketball. Emerson running the point. Batten with the 2 fouls is still in there. He catches on the wing left side as Midlakes goes back to that 2-3 zone. Emerson is at the point and tries to pass it down to the baseline for Corbeau, but it was deflected out of bounds. Really an easy play for Van Nostrand to knock that away.
Definitely some size on the back line of that Midlakes 2-3 defense.
16 on the shot clock. Penn Yan to inbound underneath. They get it into Peterson. Free throw line, Stape picks up his dribble, looking for help. Batten to the free throw line, down to 10 on the shot clock. Stape catches wing right side. Pass deflected all the way into the backcourt. Batten gets it with just 4 on the shot clock. He's still in the backcourt. Now pulls up for 3, grazes the front rim. Rebound comes down to Stape, goes up strong and draws the foul.
Dillon State bailing out the Penn Yan team there as sort of an ugly possession for the Mustangs. A rush shot by Batten.
That'll be the second foul on Milliman. Visit Red's Place, serving great lunches and dinners daily in downtown Seneca Falls. Awesome daily specials, homemade soups, and the best burgers and wings in Seneca County. Visit men'shalloffame.com or check out Red's Place on Facebook for their full menu. First free throw coming up for Stape, and he's able to hit. 5 points for Stape, 5 points for Emerson. And the biggest story maybe for Penn Yan early on is they haven't gotten a single point from Desmond Batten, yet they find themselves in the lead 10-9. Second free throw from Dylan Stape. Got some height on that one and came down with nothing but net.
A lot of arc.
6 points for Stape. The lead is 2, 11-9. And now some three-quarter court pressure from Penn Yan. Midlake's able to break the pressure. Driving to the basket, Salati, but got blocked. And Penn Yan comes away with a loose ball. Derek Ravello handling the ball just across the timeline. Emerson on the left wing. Now leaves it for Stape. Stape looking to go one-on-one against Carswell. Drives to the free throw line. Now kicks out. Three-pointer is short from Emerson. Barely grazed the rim, and the rebound to Midlakes. Carswell to the front court. Pushes it up, wing right side. Pull-up three. No good from Van Nostrand, and the rebound pulled down on the weak side by the opposing 22, Ben Emerson. Still a 2-point lead for Penn Yan. 5:55 left to play here in the second quarter. Ravello, pass is stolen. Going the other way, Carswell with the flush. The two-handed hammer from Darren Carswell. Now nearly a steal in the backcourt, and it goes out of bounds off of Penn Yan, and the Midlakes Gymnasium is alive after that two-handed slam.
Certainly an exciting play in high school basketball when a player is able to get up and put it down. An athletic dunk by Carswell as he extended, went up with two. I wasn't sure if he'd be able to do it, but no problem. A thunderous jam.
And he had a defender right on his hip, too. It wasn't like it was a total breakaway. He has got some tremendous athleticism. And now another possession for Midlakes. Looks like Carswell got away with the carry. Penn Yan going to go to a 1-3-1, Tony. Change looks. We're seeing both teams showing a lot of looks. Passes deflected. Batten goes up for the steal, and dangerous because, remember, he has 2 fouls, but they're going to get the loose ball foul on the opposing guard, Bryce Burry. And Burry still arguing with Mark Frankel, the official, about that call. It'll be the first on Burry. Fourth team foul on the Screaming Eagles, 3 on Penn Yan. So still a little bit a ways away from free throws. Tied at 11. It's a low-scoring game, Tony, but exciting.
It is. It's been back and forth. Both teams changing defenses frequently as Midlakes goes back to that 2-3 zone defensively this possession.
Good ball movement from Penn Yan as they work it around the perimeter. Emerson drives. Awkward-looking runner is no good over Van Nostrand, and the rebound comes down to Midlakes. Into the front court. Van Nostrand with a crossover dribble. Leaves it back for Carswell right down the middle of the lane. Missed the layup, but drew the foul. Boy, did the lane open up right there.
Boy, and Carswell takes some long strides. He covered a lot of distance. He's out at the three-point line. Look at it, one dribble, 2 steps, and he's there trying to lay it in. Just a little too hard off the glass for Carswell. He's missed a couple of chippies so far.
Now remember, Midlakes is just 1 of 4 from the free throw line. Carswell has missed 2 already, and make it 3. Is that one too strong off the back rim? Well, I'll tell you, we hyped up the matchup between Batten and Burry, but I think the best athlete on the floor we've seen in this first half is certainly Darren Carswell.
Yeah, Carswell has been impressive, and on the other side, Dylan Stape really has been kind of controlling the flow of things for Penn Yan.
Kind of the number 2s have been the story. Carswell finally able to drain a free throw. He's 1 of 4 from the line, and the lead is 1 for Midlakes at 12-11. Biggest lead in this game has been 3 for either team. Penn Yan at 9-6. 4:40 left to play in the second quarter. Batten has it at the top of the key. Again, 2-3 zone from Midlakes. Batten gets the pass back, drives against the zone, missed the runner from 10 feet, rebound loose and pulled down by the Mustangs. Here's Stape for 3 from the left wing, nothing but net. Boy, what a first half for Dylan Stape. He leads all scorers with 9, and the lead is 2 for Penn Yan, 14-12.
The big man showing some range.
Burry into the front court for Carswell against the 1-3-1 zone as the 2 guards go against the defender at the top of that zone, Batten. Here's an open 3 from Van Nostrand. Bottom, Dan Van Nostrand with his first points. And the Eagles back in front by 1, 15-14. Nick Irwin seeing his first action for Penn Yan wearing number 30. Batten takes a bump on the left edge of the lane. Now gets the pass back from Carbeau. Nice no-look pass inside to State, but he missed the bunny inside, and the rebound goes out of bounds off of Penn Yan. That was a great pass from Batten. Got to finish, though.
Well, you said it, Brendan. A little bit of a low-scoring game, but definitely a level of excitement. A lot of back and forth, some good defensive plays.
Another Finger Lakes East matchup tonight. Wayne with a early 9-8 lead at the end of the first quarter in a big game there. We're going to have a timeout called here. Not sure which team called it. We'll keep it right here. Finger Lakes East, Wayne Finger Lakes basketball on Finger Lakes 1, brought to you in part by Finger Lakes Partners, insurance for your life, home, auto, and future. Trust someone who lives in your community with offices in Geneva, Waterloo, and Victor. Visit Finger Lakes Partners online at fingerlakesinsurance.com. And by Penny's Place Family Restaurant, located on 5 and 20 in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. Well known for their large portions and home-cooked meals, a large selection of breakfast items, and everything from burgers, the salad bar, and wraps for lunch. If you want a great meal while pinching a penny, come to Penny's Place. Check out their menu at pennysplacerestaurant.com.
And it was the Midlakes Eagles grabbing a 30-second timeout.
So first timeout called by either team, and the Eagles will have the basketball, leading by 1, 15-14, with 3:30 left to play in this first half.
The Mustangs switch back to man-to-man defensively.
Carswell now leaves it on the left wing for Burry. Behind the back dribble, working against Batten out of that zone. Van Nostrand swings it wing right side for Carswell. Down to 10 of the shot clock. Midlakes, not a lot of ball movement here. Van Nostrand for 3. Wide open look off the back rim, no good. And the rebound tracked down to the baseline by Emerson. Outlet pass for Stape. Stape, hesitation, dribble, drives to the basket, lays it up and in with the right hand.
Nice finish by Dylan Stape, up high over the 6'3 sophomore Devin Hicks.
Yeah, lulled him to sleep with the rock step on the dribble there and took it all the way to the basket. So a 1-point lead again for Penn Yan in a game that goes back and forth. Burry has it in the deep right corner, goes top of the key for Carswell. Back to Burry in the wing, deep 3 from the right wing, short off the front rim, and the rebound comes down to Stape again. Boy, he's just piling up the boards early on. 16-15 lead for Penn Yan. They'll slow things down as Midlakes goes back to the 2-3. Connor Finger in there for Penn Yan, seeing his first action. He's right in the middle of the zone, gets the pass, goes up strong and draws the foul. Well, found the weak spot at the high post against that 2-3. Been impressed with Penn Yan's ball movement against the zone, Tony.
They've been swinging it around and staying calm and collected. Just both teams have missed some chippies in close. That's really been kind of the reason that this game's been low scoring, but it's been happening on both sides. And so an entertaining first half of basketball here at Midlakes.
And the first free throw from Connor Finger is off the mark. Just the second trip to the line for the Mustangs here in the first half. They lead it by 1 with 2:17 left to play in this first half. And the second free throw misses as well. So Connor Finger, who spent most of the first half on the bench, still cold at the free throw line there as he misses a pair. Oh, great bounce pass from Burry down low, and a block. Looked like a lot of basketball, but they're going to call a foul on Dylan Stape, who went up and rejected that attempt. We got a 35 headed to the free throw line, and we don't have a 35. I'm going to assume that's Devin Hicks.
Yes, yeah.
As we have him listed as 30. Well, I thought we had a 33 on the court earlier. We'll have to check that at halftime.
No, but that's
it is Devin Hicks. Yep, okay. So he's wearing 35 now instead of 33.
Devin Hicks, a 6'3 sophomore. A lot of size on that front line when you've got Hicks and Milliman out there for Midlakes.
So that tied it at 16. It was just the first foul against Dylan Stape, so that's good news for Penn Yan because he has been a big part of the offense here in the first half. In fact, he leads all scorers with 11 points and nearly thrown away by the Eagles. Somehow the ball gets inside to Stape through 2 defenders, and he lays it up and in for 2. Boy, big break there for Penn Yan, and now 13 points for Dylan Stape. On the other end, wide open, Ryan Laws for 3. No good off the back rim. Emerson with the rebound. Laws unable to connect. The 1-point lead for Penn Yan. Stape's pass knocked away by Burry. Has one defender to beat Emerson. Goes up, missed the layup. Might have been some contact. And Penn Yan now running the other way. And we're going to have a whistle to foul as Devin Hicks just grabbed Desmond Batten at midcourt. And probably not a bad foul because Penn Yan had numbers going the other way.
And Bryce Murray, the athletic guard from Midlakes, missed a couple layups so far today. Did a nice job with the steal, getting out in front, went up with the left hand, just too hard off the glass.
1:30 left to play here in the first half. 18-17 lead for Penn Yan, and the Mustangs have the basketball. Batten slows things down.
Eagles dropping back into 2-3 zone again on this possession.
They go to the free throw line. Carbeau immediately kicks it back out to Batten at the top of the key. Peterson trying to find some room on the low post. Skip pass. Emerson for three. Stape with the skip pass. Setting up Ben Emerson with the three-pointer. It's Emerson's second three of the first half, and a timeout called right here, and we'll keep it right here.
Well, Emerson, second three of the game, high arcing three-pointer, way up there in the air.
And Desmond Batten has still not scored. Emerson has 8, and Stape has 13. Ferrara Lumber has been delivering the highest quality service to area contractors and homeowners in the Finger Lakes since 1959. Start planning your next kitchen or bath remodeling project at ferraralumber.com. And next time you head out to see a movie, make it at the Omen Theater in downtown Lyons. You'll love relaxing in the modern renovated theater that has the old-fashioned charm and character of the original house, first opened in 1915. See what's playing this week at omentheater.com. So it'll be Midlakes basketball. Biggest lead of the game for either team now, 4 points for Penn Yan at 21-17. A 7-2 run from the Eagles right here over the last 2.5 minutes. Midlakes able to beat the pressure. They have numbers now. Burry wide open for three. Nails it from the right corner. Bryce Burry now with 8 points, his first point of the second quarter. We're down to 45 seconds left to play in the half. 21-20, 1 point lead for Penn Yan. Emerson now has it at the top of the key, working against Ryan Laws in the top of that 2-3 zone. 20 on the shot clock, 15 on the game clock. High arcing three from Emerson again.
And Emerson is hot tonight as he's been 3 for 3.
9 points for Emerson from the three-point line, all here in the first half. Now on the other end, down to 18 seconds. Burry with the runner on the baseline, no good. Carswell goes up and scores and drew the foul.
I thought Burry might have gotten away with a little bit of a walk on the baseline before missing that runner, but nice rebound by Carswell and the finish and the foul.
So Darren Carswell with a big offensive rebound and putback. That brings Midlakes within 2. Clock stops with 13.8 seconds left. And now Carswell to try and complete the old-fashioned three-point play. Rims out, and the rebound to Stape. Boy, he might be working on a double-double in the first half.
Stape has been doing everything for this Penn Yan team in the first half.
5 seconds left. Batten to the top of the key. Down the right side of the lane. Draws 3 defenders. Runner is no good. An awkward-looking shot from Emerson from just inside the three-point line. And that'll bring the first half to an end. A fast-paced battle with lots of emotion on either side. And your score at the end of the first half here in Clifton Springs, it is Penn Yan Academy 24 and Midlakes 22. Time now for the 5-Star Medical Theriscar halftime show. We'll be back after this.
There's an adage that says, hardwood grows slowly. You can understand what it means when you look around a small town. There's something genuine there. Something steady and solid that doesn't change from one day to the next. Things that grow fast generally aren't the things you value. They may look good for a while, but they're transient, temporary. Lasting strength takes time. It grows slowly with every generation. Generations Bank began almost 150 years ago in the town of Seneca Falls. We don't celebrate that simply as a number or as a sign of longevity. Instead, it's a symbol of strength and stability. The people and the values of the towns around the Finger Lakes are solid. as solid as a 12-hour day. A handshake agreement, or the bond of a decades-long friendship. 150 years ago, no one envisioned depositing a check with a phone or clicking a button to pay a bill, but they knew the best service means loyal customers. Today, we deliver that service with the most advanced technology, not for technology's sake, but because it makes everyday banking easier. We do it because it leaves more time for family and community and the things we truly value. Those things haven't changed, and they won't change. Kids will still grow up and leave for big cities and big opportunities. And many will come back to the small town when they have small children of their own. We'll still raise our families, plan for prosperous times in the future, and have each other's backs when things don't go exactly as we planned. And will remain a small town community bank.
Brendan Harrington and Tane Robinson back with you from Midlakes High School in Clifton Springs. Time now for the 5-star Medical Therascar halftime show with your score in the Finger Lakes East opener for both teams. Penn Yan 24 and Midlakes 22. Well, a lot of intensity in the first half, Tane Robinson, and some real good individual performances as well.
Boy, exciting half, back and forth. And I tell you what, I think if Midlakes knew that that they were going to be shutting out Desmond Batten in the first half and really keeping his scoring down, they'd be feeling pretty good. But they didn't realize that Dylan Stape was going to be getting it done on both ends of the floor, tracking down rebounds, making all kinds of shots, scrapping, hustling, and Ben Emerson, just knocking down threes left and right in that first half. Really. Penn Yan offense was driven by those two players, which has not been the case for most of this season. They've been relying heavily on Desmond Batten's scoring.
Yeah, Batten did not score in the first half, as you said. Ben Emerson hitting 3 three-pointers in the first half, including 2 in a short time span in the second quarter. Seems like each one the arc a little bit higher than the last, and it's a good thing the ceiling is rather high here at Midlakes High School Gymnasium.
He's putting it way up there. And on the other side of the ball, a little bit more balanced scoring for Midlakes. As obviously one of the highlights of that half, the athletic dunk by Darren Carswell, which really electrified the gym, and I'm sure that'll be showing up in some Finger Lakes 1 highlight reels for the year. But getting some balance scored, of course, Bryce Burry, filling up the stat line as he usually does, scrapping defensively. And we've seen, Midlakes, while, they're down just a little bit here by just one basket, really has missed a lot of chippies. They probably have missed, 5 or 6 layups in the first half, which would have put them in position to really be in front of this game. But a nice job defensively by Penn Yan.
Yeah, Penn Yan has led most of this game, but by a very small margin. Two teams kind of leapfrogged each other in the second quarter. A 7-2 run from Penn Yan gave the Mustangs the largest lead for either team at 21-17, but then right after that, Midlakes came back and hit a three-pointer to make it a one-point game again. So this thing has not been more than a two-possession game, and most of the time it has been a one-possession game. Not only Batten not scoring in the first half, remember he picked up the 2 quick fouls, Tani. They kept him on the floor, and while he may not have scored, he's still the point guard, and it was important that he was able to stay out there, control the tempo, and still not pick up that third foul.
Yep, smart play defensively. I think both you and I were a little bit, surprised that he was left in there when he picked up that second in the first quarter. But nice job of kind of controlling things defensively, and then certainly setting the table offensively. Penn Yan really did a nice job, whether or not Midlakes was in, the man-to-man of jamming the ball inside to Dylan Stape. And when they were zone, nice job of crisp passing around the outside. And in particular, Desmond Batten did a nice job of sometimes engineering some skip passes, finding Ben Emerson, and to knock down the three.
This, of course, our halftime show brought to you by 5-Star Medical Therascar. Therascar is a dye-free, fragrance-free medical-grade product that improves the appearance of scars and aids in the treatment of cuts, burns, acne, eczema, and psoriasis. Learn about the benefits and why people here in the Finger Lakes are so excited about Therascar at 5starmedicalcorp.com today. Taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard in the Finger Lakes East, a couple scores to pass along. Newark, after trailing at the end of the first quarter, takes a 4-point lead into the locker room, a 22-18 lead at the half. And meanwhile, Minders leads Geneva 31-22 at the half. So always interesting the way the high school season breaks down. Tony, you get kind of about a half dozen or so league games in before Christmas a lot of times, or a little bit less in the case of these two teams who are playing their league opener, but kind of a little bit of a taste before you get into the heart of conference play after Christmas.
Yeah, and there's been some exciting matchups already in the Finger Lakes East as Minders is able to knock off Newark last week. That was a big win for the Blue Devils, and it's going to be an exciting league this year. A lot of balance, a lot of parity. I thought going into the league that Newark was going to be kind of the odds-on favorite to really be one of the most dominant teams in the league, and Newark has faltered a little bit early on, and it looks now like Minders is the team to beat in the FL East.
It is early, but certainly already some twists and turns on the season. Jimmer's Auto offers a full inventory of late model cars, trucks, and minivans. Check out their full inventory online at jimmersauto.com. And for service, visit Stevers Garage on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. Jimmer's Auto and Stevers Garage, strong supporters of local high school athletes for over 40 years. Full rundown of the scoring here at the half as we're just a couple minutes away from opening up half number 2. Again, Penn Yan with just 2 players scoring in the first half. Ben Emerson scored 11 points. He hit 3 3-point field goals and 1 2-point field goal. 5 points in the first quarter, 6 in the second for a total of 11. And then Dylan Stape with 4 2-point field goals and was 2 of 2 from the free throw line and hit a 3-ball for a total of 13. So 13 for Stape, 11 for Emerson. And I wouldn't be surprised if Stape, if he doesn't already have double-digit rebounds, he's got to be getting close. He was really the story, I thought, in the first half for this Penn Yan team. I mean, obviously Emerson's threes were huge, but Stape just on both ends of the floor doing so much.
Absolutely. I mean, Dylan Stape, a little bit undersized compared to the, that back line of the Midlakes squad, but really getting in there and mixing it up, going up high for rebounds and doing a nice job of putting some putbacks in and really attacking the basket.
On the other side, Bryce Burry came into play tonight, averaging 19.3 points over his first 3 games. He has 8 at the half. That does lead the way for Midlakes. 5 points for Darren Carswell, including that monster dunk. He, however, did leave some points at the free throw line. He was just 1 of 4 from the line. Overall, Midlakes 4 of 8 from the free throw line. Rest of the scoring, 4 points for Trevor Milliman all in the first quarter. Dan Van Nostrand hit a 3. Devin Hicks with 2 for a total of 22. As we get set for action here. Foul situation, Trevor Milliman does have 2 for Midlakes. Ryan Laws off the bench with 2. And then Desmond Batten picked up those 2 fouls early on for Penn Yan. So if he picks up that third early in the third quarter, that will be something to continue to watch. And both teams with plenty of timeouts as we start the second half. Each team spent 1 30-second timeout in the first half, so they'll have still 5 remaining. Penn Yan going to put their starting lineup back out on the floor of Ravello, Corbeau, Emerson, Batten, and Stape. Midlakes counters with their starters, Milliman, Salati, Burry, Carswell, and Tillman. It will be Midlakes basketball off the possession arrow to begin this third quarter, and they'll move from left to right. And Midlakes in their home white uniforms, Penn Yan in their road orange. And we are underway. Burry has it at the top of the key, passes wing right side, now back to Carswell between the rings, all the way to Burry in the left corner. Penn Yan going man-to-man. Carswell double team to the low post left, kicks it out to Burry, drives, tries to force it into Carswell, and it leads to a turnover. Through the hands of Carswell, and Penn Yan picking up the loose ball. Ravello with the steal. Desmond Batten. Well, I'm going to go out on a limb right now. I mean, he was shut out in the first half, Tani. If he's shut out in the second half as well, I don't think Penn Yan goes home with a win. That was probably a travel for State, got away with it, and then his runner, an air ball from about 5 feet away. Sloppy start to the second half. Long run out, and layup is up and in for Sean Tillman, who just beat the Penn Yan defense back. Nobody rotated back. Tied at 24. After that basket from Tillman, his first points of the game.
Midlakes back to that 2-3 zone.
Batten top of the key, wing left side for Emerson. Batten gets it back. Cut off at the high post right. Baseline, Carbeau. 18-footer, no good. Weak side rebound. Emerson tried the quick pass, no look inside to Stape, who wasn't ready for it. Went through his hands, and it leads to a steal. Back the other way. Burry with the basketball, dribbling on the left side. Man-to-man for Penn Yan here on their first two possessions. Carswell down the left side of the lane. Tried to finish with the right hand, no good, but offensive rebound and put back from Trevor Milliman.
Easy put back by Milliman there after Carswell missed the layup.
Carswell probably should have finished with the left hand. Tried to go with the right hand from the left side, missed it, but Milliman was there to clean up the garbage. Now low post, State. Great position. Drop step, lays it up and in for two. He continues to impress. 15 points for Dylan Stape, and we're tied again 26-26 now with 6:02 left to go in the third quarter. Midlakes basketball, they slow things down. Low post right, Carswell kicks back out. Three ball from the top of the key, bottom from Trevor Milliman.
The big man showing some range.
Milliman 6'5", 220 with a three-point field goal. He has 9. Back on the other end, nearly a travel and now a steal as Ravello threw it away, but now somehow Batten comes away with it. Emerson fakes the three, free throw line for Carbeau. And now Ravello drives baseline and another turnover from Ravello. So two bad decisions from Derek Ravello. Back-to-back turnovers, and it will be Midlakes basketball. Midlakes with their biggest lead of the game right now at 3, 29-26. 5:20 left to play here in the third quarter. Wing right side, this is John Salati, top of the key for Milliman, reverses wing left side. Quick pass underneath, Burry missed the layup, and a rebound to Stape.
Might have been blocked by Stape, actually, in there. It looked like he got a piece of that ball.
Really good ball movement. They whipped it around the perimeter, and Sean Tillman was able to find Burry. And now Batten drives, a lot of basketball, but a lot of body as well, and he draws the foul. He'll go to the line for two.
Batten with a nice little hesitation dribble at the top of the key, able to get to the rim.
So an opportunity now for Desmond Batten to pick up his first points of the game. The foul is charged to Bryce Burry, his second, and just the first of the second half for Midlakes. And first free throw, nothing but net from Batten. Well, Tony, you and I have watched enough basketball to know that sometimes when a big-time scorer has been shut out, just getting a free throw and seeing it go through the basket can get you going, and he hits two here.
Absolutely. Sometimes it just feels like there's a lid on the basket.
Penn Yan doesn't get back after the made free throw and an easy layup for Milliman. Breakdown for the Mustangs, and it's back to a three-point lead, but quickly the other way. Penn Yan breaks the pressure, and an easy layup for Cade Carbeau, his first points. Back and forth we go. 1 point lead, Midlakes. They're going to run, driving and dishing, and a foul as Milliman goes up and draws the foul off the pass from Burry.
Boy, if it's on Stape, it looked to me like you got a clean block.
Seen that a couple times now, and they're going to get Batten, and that'll be Batten's third. At least that's what the scoreboard has. So third foul on Desmond Batten. Meanwhile, Milliman to the free throw line, and he left it short.
Boy, both teams a little slow to get back defensively, and I tell you what, nothing will drive a coach more nuts than his team not hustling back defensively and getting beat for an easy layup.
Second free throw is up and in for Milliman. 12 points for Milliman, including already 8 here in the third quarter, and there's a blocking foul as Emerson was forced out of bounds by John Salati just past the timeline on the near sideline. So, second team foul against Midlakes, and Salati's second. Emerson drives baseline, cut off, now facing a double team, in trouble. Somehow kicks it to the opposite wing. Stape had the three if he wanted, instead goes to the corner, nearly thrown away again by Ravello. Stape catches low post right, uses the body to shield off the defender Milliman and lays it up and in for 2. 17 points for Dylan Stape. And again, we're tied 32-all with 4:05 to play in the penultimate quarter. Oh, great pass there from Burry, and then scooped up down underneath by Carswell, who lays it up and in for 2.
Yeah, Milliman missed the chippy, but Carswell with a nice follow-up.
Open three. Emerson for his 4th of the game. This one off the mark, and the long rebound tracked down by Salati. Into the front court for Burry. Step back behind the back, almost banked it in as it goes all the way around the rim and then out of bounds. I don't see a lot of guys in high school that do the behind-the-back step-back three. That's a tough shot.
Yes, it is.
And he almost went to the bank on a Tuesday night in Clifton Springs. 34-32 Midlakes. 2-point lead with 3:41 left to go in the third quarter. Back and forth we've gone in this third quarter. Penn Yan led by 2 at halftime, 24-22. Penn Yan gets the ball across against light pressure. Batten, wide open three from the left wing, but he left it short. Rebound, however, for Penn Yan. Emerson has the three. He'll pass it up. Three-point look way off the mark from Austin Lafferty, who's in off the bench. Here comes Midlakes. Carswell going to drive. Spins on Stape. Partially blocked, and the loose ball picked up by Emerson. 3-on-3 into the front court. Emerson spin dribble. Missed it. Rebound picked up by Carbeau. Now back into Stape. He goes up and scores. Another basket for Dylan Stape. 19 for the junior forward. And back up 34 all, up with the left hand. No good with Trevor Milliman right there. 34-34 the score. Batten drives down the left side of the lane, got caught in the air and gets bailed out with a foul. Carswell can't believe it. If they don't call the foul, that's going to wind up being a travel on Desmond Batten.
And bailed out is the right phrase. Batten should not have been an ill-advised play, leaping in the air with no place to go.
There have been some phantom fouls tonight. Carbeau, well, we're going to get a timeout right here. So timeout, it'll be a full timeout. Midlakes calling their first full timeout. And Finger Lakes Construction is the #1 post frame builder in New York State, providing complete building packages for a wide range of construction, including personal garages, commercial office complexes, municipal, equestrian, agricultural, dairy facilities, my favorite, pole barns, and more. Visit them online, fingerlakesconstruction.com. And our title sponsor tonight is Generations Bank. This live presentation of Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball made possible through the support of Generations Bank, with locations in Auburn, Farmington, Geneva, Phelps, Seneca Falls, Union Springs, and Waterloo. Be sure to check out their mobile banking app or visit them online at mygenbank.com. And again, Tony, this is the first time we've done this audio-only broadcast. You'll be able to watch the restreaming live with full video tonight at 10:15 on FingerLakes1.tv and the FingerLakes1.com Android and iPhone app. Lots of ways to take in this game, and so far it has been a dandy 34-34. The team's tied here with 2:40 left to play in the third quarter. Penn Yan basketball with a fresh 35 as they inbound underneath, attacking the basket to our left. Emerson just avoids It's the 5-second count, but throws it out of bounds over the head of Jack Peterson.
Yeah, there was a couple times where it looked like the Mustangs were open. Emerson was just a little hesitant there. You know, those long arms, the Midlakes defenders under the basket. We talked about that earlier, that Milliman Carswell can cover a lot of space.
Bryce Burry, shake and bake, got away with the extra step, missed the layup, and the rebound goes off the top of the backboard, and it will go back to Penn Yan.
Yeah, Bryce Burry makes some flashy plays out there. An athletic drive to the basket. Just a little bit too much English to have it go down.
Carswell has got the athleticism. Burry's got the handle. And he can handle the rock. This guy can play too. Desmond Batten drives, draws the defense. Now they kick it back around for Peterson. He'll take a 15-footer, too strong. Rebound by Desmond Batten, and he's going to dribble it all the way back out and reset the offense. 1-4 now. They go across the baseline. They're going to set that double ball screen. We saw this in the first half. Batten uses the screen down the right edge of the lane. Can't get the runner to go. And the rebound, Carswell lost it. Batten dishes to Emerson, who lays it up and in for two.
Nice little shovel pass from Batten to Emerson underneath the basket.
13 points for Emerson, and back in front goes Penn Yan, 36-34. 1:45 to play in the third quarter. Carswell thinks about the three, now puts it on the deck. Drives to the free throw line. Lost the handle, gets it back. Milliman for three, air ball, and Emerson comes away with it. Batten will slow it down with 1:30 to play in the third quarter. 36-34 again. Here comes the double ball screen. This time he'll refuse the screen. Goes wing left side for Emerson. Lafferty, nice dish down low, and State plays it in for two.
I don't know how Lafferty snuck that pass in there. There was not a lot of space, but found the man of the
yes, 21 now for State. Burry pulls up from 16 feet and nails it. Boy, he elevated on that jump shot. 10 points. First point of the second half for Bryce Burry. Lead is two. Emerson, high arcing three is short. Rebound batted around. Another offensive rebound for Penn Yan. I think we've really seen Midlakes struggle to rebound, especially out of the zone. They're in man-to-man right now. Ball screen. Batten. Runner. Teardrop falls through. Desmond Batten. That's his first field goal, Tony, and it comes with 32 seconds left to play in the third quarter. If you would have told Marty Gibson he'd be up 4 when he got his first field goal from his leading scorer in the final 30 seconds of the quarter, he would have thought his team was down by a whole bunch. Instead, they're up by 4. However, Bryce Burry able to drive and draw the foul, and he's now headed to the free throw line.
Boy, and I tell you what, whenever either team's able to put a basket in, the other team just immediately quickly comes back. Runs have been difficult to come by tonight, as both teams doing a nice job of quickly recovering and making it up for a basket.
First free throw is good, 40-37, a 3-point game now, back to a one-possession game. Peterson out, Cade Corbeau comes back in. Penn Yan would be able to hold for the last shot here if they can either get a rebound or if this free throw goes in. The free throw is no good. So 1 of 2 from the line for Burry. He has 11, and we'll see if Penn Yan can milk this for the last shot. Desmond Batten working against Burry. Goes wing left side for Lafferty. Lafferty, high dribble down the right edge of the line, and I think he got fooled by the crowd on how much time was left. There's still plenty of time. Back the other way now, Midlakes, and a layup for Van Nostrand, and that's how it'll end here in the third quarter. They got oop-de-ooped with the old fake countdown at Midlakes.
The crowd picking up a bucket for the
Oh, my. Who says home court doesn't matter? We'll take a break. 40-39 at the end of 3 quarters. Midlakes still by 1 on Finger Lakes 1.
This is Eli, and these are his 2 older brothers, Sam and Justin. They just had a great idea. Accidents can happen to us all. Applying Therascar immediately can help erase those memories one scar at a time.
Good luck to all of our student athletes this high school sports season.
Find the partner you've been looking for. Welcome to Generations Bank.
Back for the fourth quarter, a 1-point game. Penn Yan leading by 1 with the basketball to start the fourth quarter. We were tied at the end of the first quarter. 2-point lead for Penn Yan at halftime, and now a 1-point lead at the end of the third quarter. Back to the zone goes Midlakes, the 2-3. Emerson hasn't found it in the second half yet until now. A 3 from Ben Emerson, his fourth of the game, and the lead is 4. Nearly stolen in the corner by Ravello, and meanwhile a drive to the basket, and fouled is Salati. John Salati will head to the free throw line.
Well, that was the first time that Emerson sort of created a three-pointer for himself. A little bit of a jab step and then pulling back from the three. And we got to look at our out-of-town scoreboard.
We'll get to that right after this first free throw from Salati to try and make it a 3-point game. And able to hit. Honeoye leading Dundee 41-38 at the end of three quarters. All these scores after 3. Minders leads Geneva by 14, 47-33, and Newark up 1 over Wayne headed to the fourth quarter. Both free throws good from Salati, his first points of the game, and the lead is 2, 43-41. Now this is hard full court pressure. Diamond and 1, able to break the pressure all the way to the basket. Missing the finger roll is Stape, but somehow the loose ball comes down to Emerson. Boy, we've seen that a couple times where Midlakes looks like they have the rebound but just can't secure it.
A lot of second chance opportunities for this Penn Yan team. Surprising is certainly they're the undersized team between the two, but real active on the offensive glass, really coming after the basketball.
43-41, Penn Yan by 2. Batten had the 3, passed it up. Now to the corner for Corbeau. Fires it back into Batten. Leaves it back outside. Emerson, 18-footer, way off the mark. He was not settled. But again, Batten is so pesky. He just comes in low and strips the rebound loose and somehow emerges on the perimeter with the rock. He'll slow it down. 6:40 to play here the fourth quarter. 20 of the shot clock. Swings it over to Emerson. Midlake still in that 2-3 zone. Emerson back with it on the right wing, holds it above the head, swings it around for Ravello. Back to Batten, down to 9 of the shot clock. Batten dribbling at the top of the key. Wing left side for Ravello. Back to Batten, drives through 3 defenders, banks it home with the shot clock running down. What a shot by Desmond Batten.
That ball had no business going in.
Wing and a prayer. 45-41, 6:05 to play. And that one slapped out of bounds. It will stay with Midlakes. Both teams, you really get the feel like both teams have played well. Sometimes you get a game that's close and not necessarily well played. This game has been, for the most part, very well played. 45-41, Penn Yan by 4 off the inbound. Driving to the basket, Burry now kicks it back out. Runner no good from Van Nostrand, and the rebound comes down to Penn Yan. Chance for Penn Yan to open up their biggest lead of the game. Right now they're matching their biggest lead at 45-41. Neither team has led by more than 4 points.
The other thing Penn Yan's really been doing is on each possession they've been taking their time. Able to run a lot of clock on the last possession with a couple of those offensive rebounds, but they're spreading it out here and
yeah, I think it's a smart strategy.
The game.
Yep, they spread the floor against the man, and they let Desmond go to work. Kicks out, Ravello hits the 3. That was Derek Ravello from downtown. Yeah. He has struggled at points today, but the three-pointer from Ravello makes it a 7-point game. Off the pass from Desmond Batten. Step back air ball from Burry. Loose ball scooped up underneath, and Carswell able to score, and a timeout called by Midlakes. So the air ball, sometimes what happens, the defense not ready to rebound off the air ball when it doesn't hit anything. And so Carswell was able to find the basketball and lay it up and in for 2. Midlakes will spend a 30-second timeout. So they have 3 timeouts remaining as that huge 3 from Ravello. And I've really been impressed with how Desmond Batten has really taken charge of the tempo of this game of the fourth quarter, like you said, Tommy.
Really been slowing things down, doing a nice job distributing, trying to get quality looks, but making sure that they're running out the clock. And I tell you, I mean, it feels like the way that this game's been so back and forth that a 5-point lead seems pretty large at this point, with as difficult as it's been for either team to stop one another.
Yeah, Penn Yan leading 40-39 at the end of the third quarter, opened up with an 8-2 run. Now 8-4 they have outscored Midlakes here early in the fourth quarter. Full court pressure, 1-2-1-1 from Midlakes, as Penn Yan will inbound length of the floor to travel. Emerson able to catch it on the sideline, swings it all the way across. Now middle of the floor for Stape. Almost threw it away. Carbo leaves it back for Emerson. And now all the way on the perimeter to Batten. And now they'll run some time with 20 on the shot clock. 4:50 to play here in the fourth quarter. 48-43 Penn Yan. Batten just going to dribble until there's 10 on the shot clock. Carbo sets the ball screen. They hedge hard. Batten, nope, we're going to get an offensive foul. Illegal screen. They're going to get Stape for an illegal screen down on the block. And that'll turn it back over to Midlakes. Now the question becomes, Tanya, is there a point where you get a little bit too cautious on the offensive end and wait for, you get out of your normal offensive rhythm? We'll see what happens as this game develops. And ball knocked loose. Loose ball scramble at the top of the key, and they're going to get...
That's going to be another quick one on State.
I thought they had Carswell. I think they got Carswell for Midlakes. Yep.
Going the other way.
And as you can hear, the Midlakes fans not happy with that call.
Loose ball foul. Both players collided en route to the ball, and I guess a little bit of a judgment call there.
And discussion now at the scorer's table between Joby Knapp, the official, and the head coach, Pete Zirkis from Midlakes. But that's going to be the... Well, they're not going to get Carswell. They're going to get Milliman. Interesting. That's the third on Milliman. Either way, ball goes to Penn Yan. 4:23 to play in the fourth quarter. Desmond Batten with a little smirk on his face as he wastes some more time.
Midlakes in man-to-man. What they've been doing is coming up and running high ball screens here for Batten.
Again, Batten this time will refuse the screen with the behind-the-back dribble. Ravello again throws it away on the baseline. He has really struggled turning the ball over. Here comes Midlakes, down 5. Burry all the way to the basket, missed the layup. Out of bounds. They're going to say off of Penn Yan. And so it'll be Midlakes ball. I thought Burry touched it while he was standing on the baseline. I thought Burry touched it
out of bounds. I think the official missed it there. I thought the exact same thing, Brendan.
So they'll go 4 across the baseline. Penn Yan's going to go man-to-man on the out of bounds, which usually underneath you see the 2-3, but they get away with it. But now Burry comes wide open underneath, and he was fouled. Count the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And that'll be the 4th foul on Desmond Batten.
That is a huge play. First bucket of the fourth quarter for Bryce Burry, and he has a chance to complete the old-fashioned three-point play and make it a 2-point game. Free throw up and in. And like you said, 4 fouls on Batten. And if they lose Batten, Penn Yan will be up against it. He has played the entire game, even with those 2 quick fouls early on. Three-quarter court pressure, almost a travel. Great job by Batten to come up with the loose ball. Was halfway down and came out with the left-handed layup. Goes out of bounds and will belong to Midlakes.
It was a great shot by Batten to put it up there with the left hand. Emerson got in trouble at the half court, tried to swing it back to Batten, realized he was about to make a backcourt violation, so kind of weakly tossed the ball forward. Batten was able to come up with it, make something out of nothing, but just not able to get it to go down.
Yeah, he switched hands in midair, shot from about thigh level with the left hand, put some English on it, and it's about as deep into the cylinder as you can get the basketball to go without going in as it spun out.
3 minutes and 40 seconds to go, setting up for an exciting finish here, Brendan.
Yeah, it's been a great basketball game. This game has been a one-possession game for about 90 to 95% of the play. The biggest lead came from Penn Yan at 48-41 in the early stages of this fourth quarter, but since then a 5-0 spurt from Midlakes, and so it's 48-46 Penn Yan with 3:40 left to go. Just to reset things for you, Penn Yan has 1 30-second timeout and 3 full timeouts. Midlakes has just 3 full timeouts remaining. You've used both of their 30s. Team fouls. The next foul committed by Penn Yan will put Midlakes in the bonus. Meanwhile, Midlakes has been called for 4 team fouls, so they have 2 fouls to give. Possession arrow favors Midlakes.
Looks like we're going to see a little bit of pressure from Penn Yan this time. They're setting up just sort of some token pressure. It looks like slow things down a little bit in man-to-man.
Midlakes able to get it across the timeline. This is Van Nostrand. Top of the key for Burry. Trying to post up Hicks down low. Burry now puts it on the deck. Man-to-man. Notice now with the 4 fouls, they have taken off. And there's a hard drive and basket, and the foul is Burry able to get it go.
Boy, but a great point there, Brendan, is defensively they have to switch the more athletic Batten off of Burry to try and avoid picking up the 5th foul. And right away, Burry attacks Rael, goes to the basket, draws the foul, and scores.
I couldn't get it out. I was trying to explain it, but Burry, by the time I could get it out, got all the way to the basket and scored, and he completes the old-fashioned 3-point play. 8-0 run now for Midlakes. They are back in front at 49-48. Here's Batten across the timeline, leaves it for Emerson. 3:10 to play. Midlakes back to the 2-3. They leave Emerson. 3-ball on the way off the back rim, no good. And then Batten comes in and bats it out of bounds. And it will be Midlakes basketball. Boy, Emerson knew as soon as he let it go it was a little too strong. And again, how good is Batten getting to those loose balls and getting to the rebounds, huh?
I tell you what, with 4 fouls, though, it's a risky proposition, jumping up there and swiping at the rebounder.
He's as good a rebounding point guard as you're going to see. And ball is knocked out of bounds. Midlakes will hold on, but they still have the length of the floor to travel. 30 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to switch inbounders now. 6'5" Trevor Milliman will put the ball in play. Gets it into Carswell. Long baseball pass. He waited too long, and that's knocked out of bounds by Emerson and will stay with Midlakes.
I thought Emerson knocked the ball off of Hicks there also.
Well, that pass was there, but he waited a hair too late and almost was intercepted. Midlakes to inbound underneath the basket with a 1-point lead. 2:50 to play. Carswell catches wing left side. Man-to-man defense from Penn Yan. Carswell now picks up the dribble. Van Nostrand wing right side. Back to Carswell. Carswell matched up with State. Crossover dribble into the center of the lane. Now leaves it baseline. Hicks missed it badly with the left hand. Rebound stripped away from Hicks, and it's Batten with it. Batten gets it picked off by Van Nostrand from behind, but he stepped out of bounds, and it will stay with Penn Yan.
Yeah, Batten pulls down the rebound, is looking to attack the other way, loses the handle a little bit, and then slows it down, has his back turned, almost had his pocket picked.
Penn Yan has not scored since they hit that 3 with more than 5 minutes remains. About 3 minutes of game time since they've scored. And again, it's poked away from behind. Burry came right up behind Stape, and this time Midlakes holds on. Van Nostrand for 3! Timeout, Penn Yan, as Midlakes Gymnasium erupts.
Boy, and all the momentum has shifted to this Midlake Eagles team. You know, let's go back to that play where Batten doesn't get that ball to go down. Go back the other way, picks up the foul. Bryce Burry makes the basket and the free throw. You know, and that was the big shift in momentum here in this 4th quarter.
Timeout called by Penn Yan, a full timeout. So both teams now with 3 timeouts remaining. Meanwhile, it is an 11-0 run from Midlakes after falling behind 48-41 with 5.5 minutes left to play in this 4th quarter off that 3-ball from Derek Ravello. Since then, it has been all Midlakes, and now if you're Penn Yan on the road, head coach Marty Gibson has to find a way to settle his guys down here in the final 2:09 because it's still just a 4-point game.
And I think that's what I'm sure he's doing, is reminding him, hey, it might feel like more because it's been such a big run, but it's a 4-point basketball game. It's a 2-possession game. It's our ball. Take your time. We'll score and play defense.
Well, Bryce Burry has been right in the middle of things with 3 old-fashioned 3-point plays here in the 4th quarter. He has 17. Penn Yan puts it in play. fighting against the pressure. They double-team Batten at the timeline. He gets it across. 25 of the shot clock. Dangerous skip pass. Boy, just Penn Yan. You can really see they're unsettled. And an offensive
and
foul,
that's going to be 5.
It. That's Batten with the push-off, and he's done. And maybe Penn Yan's chances. And now guys on the bench just trying to keep Batten from picking up a technical foul and compounding the situation. And so if Penn Yan is going to come back now, they're going to have to do it without their best player, Desmond Batten.
And they certainly could, as Batten used some colorful language to express his disapproval of that call.
And he fouls out with just 6 points. And the Midlakes fans getting on Batten a little bit. Good rivalry game here. Midlakes and Penn Yan. Second game in Penn Yan is going to be a great rematch. They get it in. And Burry runs deep, goes to the basket, somehow finishes with the left hand. Bryce Burry has been unbelievable in the fourth quarter. 54-48, 13 consecutive points in the fourth quarter from the Midlakes Screaming Eagles. Carswell with the steal, 2-on-1, and he had it stripped out of bounds off of Penn Yan. Good defensive play there from Nick Irwin. 1:32 to play, but right now, Midlakes with a vice grip on this game.
A lot of trouble for the Mustangs now. Without Batten, you can see offensively, not much flow whatsoever.
Midlakes to inbound. Burry able to get it into Van Nostrand. Burry gets it back, drives baseline, pass tip. Carswell catches, goes up, rims out, but he drew the foul.
Boy, Midlakes really looking to keep their feet on the gas pedal, as really attacking the basket despite having the 6-point lead and a lot of time on the shot clock.
It's so difficult on the road, and I'm a guy that's covered a lot of college basketball and done a lot of high school basketball in recent years, and you have to have a lot of maturity to be able to withstand things when they go wrong on the road, and it has just been a blitz here in the fourth quarter from Midlakes.
And the crowd's not always a factor in high school basketball, but it has been tonight.
Yeah, no, give credit to the Midlakes students. They've been in it. I think Carswell got him excited early on with that dunk, as we're going to have another timeout here called by Midlakes this time. I think that Carswell dunk really got things going in the first half with the crowd, and then obviously Midlakes trailed most of the way in the second half, especially early in the fourth quarter, but that momentum really shifted.
Yeah, I mean, a couple minutes into the fourth quarter, it looked like Penn Yan was putting them away, but things have drastically shifted, and who's really disappeared in the fourth quarter despite having a whopper of a game has been Dylan Stape, as his scoring really carried the Mustangs through the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, he has not scored here in the fourth quarter. And again, it has been more than 4 minutes since Penn Yan was able to score. 13 straight points. Carswell to the free throw line. It's a 1-and-1, and he hits the first. Now, that was big because Carswell, remember, was just 1 of 4 from the line in the first half. Carswell now into double figures with 10. And the lead is 7, 55-48. 14 consecutive points now. Second free throw. I don't think that Silas helps. He missed it too strong with the offensive rebound from Milliman, who kicks it all the way out to Burry. And you look over, and that Penn Yan bench looking awfully dejected. And here's a drive to the basket from Burry. Was poked away from behind, but they call a foul.
But again, a little bit surprising that Burry's not taking a little bit more time on the shot clock as he's looking to attack.
55-48. 7-point lead for Midlakes. Desmond Batten has fouled out of the game for Penn Yan. And the first free throw up and in for Bryce Burry, who adds to his total.
I remember, Brendan, in pregame when you were talking
Missed the second. Rebound, Penn Yan.
Coach Gibson, he referenced 55 being a number he felt like his team needed to get to.
Stape just hurls the three, misses it badly. Long rebound. Burry into the front court. Now he's going to waste some clock. Looks to attack at the baseline. Dribbles back, had it poked away. Emerson is fouled. Burry went sliding across the floor and in the process committed the foul. I think that's the lowest elevation I've ever seen a foul committed. I mean, he was sliding across the floor and hit him on the bottom of the leg.
I was going to say, must have gotten him below the knee.
Oh, man. So, Emerson will go to the free throw line where He will make his first appearance tonight. 16 points for Emerson, including 4 threes, and he misses the first. Now can't afford the opportunity to score here with the clock stopped down to 8 with 56.6 seconds remaining. Second free throw up and in. That's the first point since 5.5 minutes remain in the game. 56-49. Full court pressure from Penn Yan. Carswell skips it over for Burry into the front court. Back to Carswell. 46 seconds of the game clock. You got a foul here if you're Penn Yan. Now they've waited too long, almost to the point where you have to play for the stop. Van Nostrand goes baseline for Hicks, and now they foul with 13 on the shot clock. Well, it has all come unraveled, and that's a spot there where you miss your floor captain, Desmond Batten, taking charge. You had to, if you didn't get the steal, you had to give away that foul early in the possession.
Yep.
The worst thing to do is let the shot clock run down that much and then commit the foul. Hicks to the free throw line, left-handed shot up and in. Midlakes has been better from the free throw line in the second half. Seven of 9, now 7 of 10 in the fourth quarter as Hicks misses the second, but the lead is 8 and there's just 30 seconds left. Emerson trying to find room to get a three off. He cannot. State leaves it for Hicks, wing right side. Inside State, drop step, turnaround shot, no good off the back rim. Carbeau goes up for the rebound, and it goes out of bounds off of Midlakes, and it will stay with Penn Yan, but just 18 seconds left, and I think the Midlakes fans have the idea. This baby's over. What a comeback in the fourth quarter here from the Midlakes Screaming Eagles. Three-pointer no good. Rebound comes down to State. He goes up, misses the shot. 9 seconds left to go. Irwin goes up, misses. Tip back, no good. Nothing going in the fourth quarter. And you're going to see Penn Yan go the final 5.5 minutes of this game without a field goal, Tony.
It really just kind of all unraveled for Penn Yan. You know, you referenced, Brendan, that sometimes when a team tries to slow things down too much, it can take them out of their rhythm, you know, and certainly it seems like maybe that's possibly what happened as Penn Yan in good control, have been attacking the basket, moving the ball, and they started taking 25, 26 seconds, you know, off the shot clock. And a couple of rush shots and, you know, get you out of your flow. Midlakes built a little momentum, and there you go.
And sometimes just one play going the other way. Like you said, that ball on the layup was halfway down and came out. And then on the next possession, the three-point play at the other end. Carswell hit both free throws. 3 seconds left. The lead is 10. And at the horn, Emerson, 3, banks it home.
Another highlight shot.
A half-court heave banked in. They do end their field goal drought at the horn with a 45-footer. And the final score, and a wild one at Midlakes, it's the Screaming Eagles 59 and the Penn Yan Mustangs 52. We're going to take a timeout, and we will be back with your Dr. Littlejohn Smiles with Style postgame show. What a win for the Screaming Eagles here on Finger Lakes 1.
Tonight's live broadcast of Section 5 High School basketball is brought to you by Generations Bank. Federal loans not enough to cover the cost of your college education? Learn more about the private student loans available through Generations Bank at mygenbank.com. Dr. Rod Littlejohn Orthodontics, celebrating over 30 years of smiles with style and proud to support our area high school athletes. Therascar by 5-Star Medical. Like a cosmetic surgeon in a bottle, Therascar is the most effective scar therapy product on the market. Finger Lakes Partners Insurance. With offices in Geneva, Victor, and Waterloo. Trust someone who lives in your community. It's a Wonderful Run 5K in Seneca Falls. It's a winter run like no other. Learn more at itsawonderfulrun5k.com. Red's Place, serving great lunches daily in downtown Seneca Falls and $1 tacos every Monday night. Ferrara Lumber and Building Supplies. Plan your next kitchen or bathroom remodeling project at ferraralumber.com. Penny's Place Family Restaurant. Large portions and home-cooked meals in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. Jimmer's Auto in Stevers Garage. Late model cars, trucks, and minivans on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. Finger Lakes Construction, building structures for a wide range of applications with state-of-the-art design and flawless execution since 1969. The Omen Theater. Next time you head out to see a movie, make it at the Omen in downtown Lyons. And FingerLakes1.com digital marketing. Building, maintaining, and hosting great websites for local businesses since 1999.
And back at Midlakes High School in Clifton Springs, and welcome to the Dr. Littlejohn Smiles with Styles postgame show. Dr. Littlejohn and his outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their orthodontic care. Dr. Rod Littlejohn is proud to support our area high school athletes. Check out Dr. Rod online at littlejohnortho.com. Brendan Harrington, Tane Robinson back with you, and Bryce Burry from Midlakes joining us here in our postgame show. First of all, congratulations, Bryce. 20 points, 9 of your 20 points in the fourth quarter. You're down 7 with 5.5 minutes left to play, and you guys just took over. Tell me what happened out there and how you guys took control of this game.
We really just started gelling. We started playing defense and hustling, and we just kind of got it together, and Coach told us it's now or never.
Looking back, sometimes one play or two plays can make the difference. You and Desmond Batten going back and forth the whole game. He missed a shot that was halfway down and came out, and you got a three-point play down on the other end. He picked up his fourth foul, and that seemed to be a real turning point thinking back to it.
Yeah, for sure. Me and him play year-round. We know we can get in each other's heads pretty easy, so I try to not let that do that. And I think he tried as well, but we just came out on top.
One of the things we saw, once he picked up his fourth foul, he switched defensive assignments, and Ravello picked you up, and it looked like immediately you were calling for that ball, went right back to a little bit of a mismatch with him not able to kind of keep up with you athletically. You took it right to the basket and finished.
Is that something that you noticed? Did you make an effort there?
For sure. I knew that I would have to draw help, and then there would be either an open guy or I'd be able to finish over the top.
Tani brought up a good point before. We really felt like the crowd played a role in this game.
Absolutely. 3-4 times on the shot clock. They made Penn Yan at the end of the half of the third quarter. They said 3-2-1. They shot it. We had an outlet pass where there's like 7 seconds left. We got an easy layup.
How much fun is it when you get your home crowd into the game?
Oh, it's amazing. Midlakes basketball usually doesn't have this, and it's good to have it.
A highlight reel play in the first half as Darren Carswell is able to get the ball going in transition, go up and thunder it down with two hands, and boy, did that kind of excite the crowd.
Oh, absolutely, but I know something you guys don't know. We played in Bath. He went up, two hands, grabbed it, came right down on his head twice. He missed 2 dunks. So
I better be careful. You guys can't afford to lose.
Yeah, he had to put it down for the home fans, I guess.
Yeah, no, definitely. When we came on the air tonight to talk about this, we were talking with Bryce Burry after a 20-point performance and leading his team in a come-from-behind victory. We talked about how these are two teams. Last year you guys almost finished with the same record, and we've talked about your rivalry with Batten in particular. I know you guys know each other well, but you're both kind of in the same boat, right? You've been in the middle of the pack in the league, and we thought this was kind of a statement game as to which team could come out with a win and maybe set you up for a run this year at the upper half of the Finger Lakes East. Is that something that you guys see too?
Absolutely, no doubt. I want to be one. We want to be one.
Well, and you referenced, before we went on air that big game on Friday is you're going to take your undefeated record right now and head over to Palmac. What are your thoughts going into Friday's game at Palmac? What are you guys going to have to do to be successful there?
Just going to have to play as a team, play defense, talk. Communication was great tonight. Just kind of keep it up.
Well, congratulations. You guys really kept your cool down the stretch and completely turned this thing around in the fourth quarter. Seemed like it had to be a fun game to play in.
Absolutely.
Well, congratulations. We appreciate it.
All right, job, Bryce.
Bryce Burry joining us here on the post-game show, the Dr. Littlejohn Smiles with Style post-game show. A thriller again tonight here, 59-52, your final score. And let's go ahead and take a look at some of the final statistics in this one. We'll go through for Penn Yan first. What a game for Ben Emerson. He finishes with 20, though Dylan Stape does lead the way with 21 points. So Emerson and Stape, Tani, combined for 41 of the 52 points for Penn Yan. Desmond Batten fouled out down the stretch with 6 points. Derek Ravello with 3. Remember, his 3-ball put Penn Yan up 7 with 5.5 minutes to play, but little did we know that would be the last field goal until a 45-footer that was banked in at the buzzer by Ben Emerson. 2 points for Cade Carbeau, and so a total of 52 for Penn Yan. On the other side, Bryce Burry scores 9 of his 11 points in the fourth quarter, including 2 huge old-fashioned three-point plays that we talked about just a moment ago in the postgame show. And then Darren Carswell and Trevor Milliman each finished with 12 points, so 3 players in double figures. 8 for Dan Van Nostrand. 3 points for Devin Hicks. 2 points for John Salati. 2 points for Sean Tillman for a total of 59. Well, the opener in the Finger Lakes East between these two teams, Tony, and I think that's as good a basketball game from start to finish that we've done so far.
Oh, real entertaining, back and forth, and just a fun game. And you said sets up a great, a great rematch when these teams will meet up again later in the season down at Penn Yan.
We just want to let you remind you that. Did you know that FingerLakes1.com has been developing great websites for local businesses and organizations since 1998? Take control of your web presence with a trusted, reliable local partner and call our downtown Seneca Falls office at 315-712-0104 or see what we can do for your business at services.fingerlakes1.com. Well, coming up next Tuesday night, a little bit of a change in the schedule. We're going to have a doubleheader coming your way. Minders at Waterloo. First the girls at 6 o'clock to be followed by the boys matchup. So next Tuesday right here on FingerLakes1.com. That'll be live video and audio stream. Again, this game that you just listened to here tonight will be restreamed live with full video on FingerLakes1.com, FingerLakes1.tv, and the FingerLakes1.com Android and iPhone app. Again, 10:15 later tonight. And if you joined us and listened into this one, you're certainly going to want to see the pictures that go with it. As start to finish, very, very good high school basketball game tonight. Any final thoughts, Donnie?
Oh, just an entertaining game and an exciting start to the high school basketball season. And just as we move into the holiday season, it's momentum will pick up within the Finger Lakes leagues, and it's going to be an entertaining January and February.
Yep. Again, down 7. Midlakes scores 15 consecutive points in the fourth quarter, an 18-4 run to close, and they win it by a final score of 59-52. Thanks very much. On camera tonight, Jeremy Hunt, our producer-director, Jim Sinacropi. For Tani Robinson, I'm Brendan Harrington. Have a great night, and thanks for watching and listening on Finger Lakes 1.